Welcome back to the Snorium Emporium. Tonight we travel to the warm desert landscape of the American Southwest, a place where wide skies stretch endlessly over the horizon, where red mountains glow softly at sunset, and where the quiet desert air cools slowly as night arrives. Our story unfolds in Tempe, Arizona, a city resting beside the Salt River just east of Phoenix. Here, beneath palm trees and desert skies, stands one of the largest universities in the United States. But this massive university did not begin that way. Its story began as a small school with only a few buildings and just a handful of students. Tonight, we explore the calm history of Arizona State University. So settle in, relax your breathing, and imagine the quiet evening breeze drifting across a desert campus as the sun fades into the mountains. The Arizona Territory. To understand the beginnings of Arizona State University, we must travel back more than 130 years. In the late 1800s, Arizona was still a territory, not yet a state. The land was rugged and expansive. Small settlements were scattered across deserts and valleys. Railroads were beginning to connect towns, but many communities remained isolated. Education was still developing. Territorial leaders believed strongly that schools were necessary for the future growth of the region. But perhaps the most important need was teachers. Communities needed trained teachers who could travel to remote towns and help educate young students. So the territorial government decided to establish a normal school. At the time, a normal school was an institution designed specifically to train teachers. Several towns competed to host the new school. Eventually, the small farming town of Tempe was chosen. The founding of the school. In 1885, the Territorial Normal School at Tempe officially opened. The first campus was very modest. There was only one main building surrounded by open desert land, dusty roads, and farmland. The building stood alone against the wide Arizona sky. That first year, only 33 students attended. The faculty was small, but the mission was clear: to train teachers who would bring education to communities across the territory. Students studied subjects like mathematics, reading, writing, and classroom instruction. Life on campus was simple. The days were structured, classes were small, and the students formed close friendships as they studied together in the quiet desert town. Life on the early campus. Imagine the campus in those early years. The desert surrounding the school was wide and open. Mesquite trees and desert plants dotted the landscape. Students walked along dusty paths between buildings. Tempe itself was still a small community with farms and irrigation canals. that carried water across the valley. In the evenings, the desert cooled quickly after the heat of the day. Students gathered in small groups, reading, studying, or discussing their lessons. The pace of life was slower. There were no massive lecture halls and no sprawling research facilities, just a quiet school, preparing future teachers, but slowly, year by year, the campus began to grow. Expansion in the early 1900s. As the population of Arizona increased, so did the demand for education. More students began enrolling. New buildings were constructed on campus. Libraries were expanded. Dormitories were built so students travelling from distant parts of the territory could live near the school. The institution also began offering more advanced courses. Eventually, the name of the school changed. It became the Tempe Normal School. The change reflected the growing role of the institution in educating teachers across Arizona. During this time, the campus also began developing traditions that still exist today. Athletic teams formed, student clubs appeared, and campus events brought students together for celebrations and gatherings. The small school was slowly becoming a larger college. Arizona becomes a state. A major moment arrived in 1912 after many years as a territory. Arizona officially became a state. Statehood brought growth, investment, and new opportunities. With the state expanding rapidly, education became even more important. The Tempe Normal School continued growing. More students arrived each year. New academic programs appeared, and the campus expanded across the surrounding land. In time, the school adopted a new name, Arizona State Teachers College. The name reflected its role as a leading institution for training teachers across the state. The changing role of the college by the 1920s and 1930s, the college had grown far beyond its original purpose. Students were studying not only teaching, but also science, business, agriculture, and engineering. The campus had expanded significantly. Palm trees lined the walkways. Buildings of brick and stone replaced many of the earlier structures. Tempe itself had also grown. The once small farming town now had shops, restaurants, and neighbourhoods surrounding the campus. Students brought energy and activity to the community. The college had become a central part of the town's identity. World War II and the GI Bill. In the early 1940s, the world was changed by World War II. Many college students across the United States left school to serve in the military. Arizona State Teachers College was no exception. Enrollment declined. temporarily, but after the war ended, something remarkable happened. The United States government introduced the GI Bill. This program allowed returning veterans to attend college with financial support. Suddenly, thousands of veterans began enrolling in universities across the country. Arizona State Teachers College experienced a surge of new students. The campus expanded quickly to accommodate them. New housing was built. New classrooms opened. The school was changing rapidly, becoming Arizona State College. As the programs expanded beyond teacher education, the school's name changed again. It became Arizona State College. The new name reflected the broader range of subjects now offered. Students could study engineering, business, science, and many other fields. Enrollment continued rising, the campus continued expanding, and Tempe itself became a thriving college town. But one final transformation was still ahead: becoming Arizona State University. In 1958, Arizona voters participated in an important statewide election. The question was simple: should Arizona State College become a full university? The voters answered yes, with overwhelming support. And so Arizona State College officially became Arizona State University. This moment marked a major turning point. ASU would now expand into a large research university. New colleges were created, graduate programs expanded, research laboratories were built. The university was entering a new era. Growth in the modern era. During the late 20th century, Arizona experienced rapid population growth. Phoenix became one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. As the region expanded, so did Arizona State University. Enrollment increased dramatically. New campuses were established across the Phoenix metropolitan area. Today, ASU includes several major campuses: Tempe campus, downtown Phoenix campus, West Valley campus, Polytechnic campus. Each campus offers different programs and areas of study, but together they form one of the largest universities in the country. Innovation and research. In recent decades, ASU has become known for its emphasis on innovation. The university has invested heavily in research and technology. Scientists and scholars work on projects involving space exploration, sustainability, medicine, engineering, artificial intelligence. ASU also built one of the largest online education programs in the world. Students can now attend classes remotely from many parts of the globe. The university continues evolving, adapting to new challenges and new technologies. The campus today. If you walk across the Tempe campus today, you'll find a vibrant and active environment. Students ride bicycles between classes. Palm trees sway gently above shaded pathways. Modern buildings stand beside historic structures from the university's earliest days. At the centre of campus lies Palm Walk, a long pathway lined with tall palm trees. Students pass through this walkway every day, heading to classes, libraries, and student centres. Nearby, the Sun Devil Stadium rises above the campus skyline. On autumn evenings, thousands of fans gather there to watch football games beneath the desert sky. But even on quiet nights, the campus carries a peaceful atmosphere. The desert at night. Now imagine the campus late at night. The desert air has cooled. The sky above Arizona is clear and filled with stars. Palm trees move gently in the evening breeze. Most classrooms are quiet. Libraries glow softly with warm light. Students walk calmly across the campus paths, heading home after long days of study. The history of Arizona State University, from a tiny normal school with 33 students to a global university with tens of thousands, continues to grow each year. But tonight, the campus rests quietly beneath the desert sky. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Allow your thoughts to drift slowly, like clouds across the evening sky. The desert is calm, the campus is quiet, and sleep slowly arrives. Good night. For those of you still awake, let's take a quiet moment together. Take a slow breath in through your nose, filling your lungs gently. Hold it for just a moment. And now slowly breathe out through your mouth. Let your shoulders soften and allow your body to sink comfortably into your bed or chair. Now again, breathe in slowly, deep and calm, and gently release the breath. Feel your body growing heavier, your muscles relaxing, your thoughts drifting quietly away. Imagine the night around you becoming still, the world outside slowing down, just like you're breathing. Take another slow breath in and let it go, even more slowly this time. With every breath out, allow the day to fade further into the distance. Your mind grows quieter, your body grows calmer, and sleep begins to arrive naturally. Now simply rest here, breathing slowly in the quiet comfort of the night. As always, the Snorium Emporium wishes you a good night's sleep.